Israel hits military site across Iran.
We hit hard Iran's defense capabilities and its ability to produce missiles that are aimed at us.
And Iran promises to retaliate in a most emphatic manner.
Well, they made a mistake. They, of course, exaggerated it. Their exaggeration is wrong, but note that downplaying it is also wrong. Saying, no, there was nothing, it wasn't important, and this is also wrong.
Fellas, I don't even know what to say, or should I say what's up, everybody? This is crazy. We're talking about Iran and Israel today. Okay, so we're going to jump into this very quick. So this is a situation about two people fighting over land. Okay, Iran support people from Gaza. People from Gaza fight with people from Israel, and they fight over land. So one group of people say the land was given to them by God. The other group of people say the land belonged to us. So they fight each other over land. And one group of people, because he's got bigger punch, is punching the other one very strong. So who's telling the truth? Okay, it's my land. God gave it to me according to my book. It's not yours. And the other person say, no, it's not your land. It's my land. My grandfather gave it to me. Who's telling the truth? Who's telling the lies? So a lot of Christians believe God gave the land to Israel. Well, Muslims don't buy that. Who's telling the truth? Is the Muslim or the Christians? Anyway, let's get back on track. We're going to find out very quickly what's happening right now. So now the IDF, which is the Israeli military section, has hit Iran very hard. They say they have hit military sites very precisely. They didn't hit civilians. They only targeted military sites. They say warplanes operated freely over the skies of Iran.
That we have concluded the Israeli response to Iran's attack against Israel. We conducted targeted and precise strikes on military targets in Iran, thwarting immediate threats to the state of Israel. The Israel Defense Forces has fulfilled its mission.
Basically, what we're saying here is that Israel say they could fly over Iran and strike targets with no issues at all. So their plane were flying very freely, and Iran had no defense to that. Iran confirmed an Israeli attack on military sites in Tehran and many other places, but they say it was just limited damage. So what they're saying is like, okay, so they attacked us, they hit some of the targets, but it was limited damage, nothing really serious, nothing to worry about. Are they telling the truth or are they lying? Because Israel has dismissed the assertion, saying it's a lie. So the head of Israeli Defense Forces also said that they restrained themselves from completely destroying Iran. So they were basically flying all across Iran with an aircraft, but they chose not to destroy the place. They just wanted to, show them that they were capable. Okay, so let me give you context. A while back, Israel killed Haniyeh. Haniyeh was a very prominent person in the fight of Iran. They killed him in Iran. And Iran was very angry at that. Like, how can you come into my house? I mean, if you have an issue with this guy, you must wait for him elsewhere. You don't come and kill somebody in my house. And that is the reason why they were very angry. And they decided to retaliate by shooting over 200 missiles over Israel. And after shooting missiles over Israel, and many of them were blocked and stopped, they say the few of them went through the defense system of Israel. The defense system of Israel is the most praised in the world. It's called the Iron Dome. The Iron Dome is supposedly the most perfected defense system in the world. Unfortunately for the Iron Dome, apparently many missiles from Iran went through the Iron Dome and bombed targets in Israel. Now, after they did that, after destroying few military sites in Israel, after destroying some airplanes in Israel, Israel made a promise to retaliate. And the retaliation was what everybody waited. Now,
Iran made a big mistake tonight, and it will pay for it. The regime in Iran does not understand our determination to defend ourselves and our determination to retaliate against our enemies. Apparently, there are those in Tehran who do not understand this either. They will understand. We will keep to the rule we have determined. Whoever attacks us, we attack them.
People were very scared and very apprehensive about how Israel will retaliate on this attack, because many people thought Israel will hit nuclear target and fuel target, which will be very detrimental to world economy. Let me just remind you here, Iran is one of the biggest producers of oil or crude oil in the world. Now, if you attack the crude oil in Iran, well, the Iranian proxies may attack crude oil in different countries, such as Saudi Arabia and other countries. Why would they do that? Because in order for Israel to go to Iran and bombard, they have to fly over some of these countries. Now, by these countries allowing Israel to fly over their airspace and hit Iran, Iran will say, you know what, you proxies, go and do your job. the proxies will go and bombard and destroy these countries. Therefore, these countries went to the United States of America and discussed with Joe Biden. They asked Joe Biden to put pressure on Israel so Israel would not bombard these very important petrol sites and nuclear sites in Iran. So after a long time of negotiation between Biden and Israel finally decided to strike Iran for the very first time at that scale. As they struck Iran, they are saying they restrained themselves from destroying things. They could have done much more damage.
The attack in Iran was precise and powerful and achieved all of its objectives.
But Iran is downplaying what Israel has done. They're saying it's nothing. They overrated. Many of the things were actually blocked. Many of the missiles were stopped. If you went through the defense, did minimal damage. Now, who's telling the truth? Is Israel telling the truth by saying that they were capable of doing much more damage? They restrained themselves? Or is Iran telling the truth by saying that they actually stopped many of the missiles that were shot by Israel? Now, Israel said, we hit strategic system in Iran and we will see how things develop now. We are ready for all scenarios on all fronts. So Israel also indicated that they have damaged the production of drones by Iran, production of missiles, production of long-range missiles. So it's going to take Iran a lot of time before they reconstruct these programs and these plans. So in the meantime, Israel also indicated that it has no wish for further escalation. So in other words, they say, we hit you back the way we wanted. We don't want to continue to fight with you. But they added, but it could take more aggressive action if Iran once again launched an attack on its territory. So if Iran decides to retaliate, they say they're going to strike even more. As they said, they restrained themselves from striking big. The IDF said the Air Force specifically targeted drone and ballistic missile manufacturing and launch sites, as well as defense batteries. So they destroyed ballistic missiles, defense batteries. You know, if they destroy your defense battery, you can't protect yourself anyway. It's done. What does Iran say? President Masoud Pezeshkian said Iran will give an appropriate response to the attack, which killed at least 4 soldiers. So Iran said they're going to retaliate. So we're going on and on, on and on and on and on. On Sunday, Prime Minister of Israel said that Israel had crippled Iranian air defense and missile production system. He said the strike had severely damaged Iran's defense capability and its ability to produce missiles. Now, my question is very simple. If you don't like the regime in Iran and you are capable of destroying their defense system and their ballistic long-range missiles, once you've done that, why don't you just change the regime? I mean, you've destroyed everything. If you really are telling the truth, I'm just saying. If I'm capable of taking away your defense system and destroying your production system, then you have no defense against me. And because I don't like you or your regime, why don't I just launch an attack so I can change the regime? I'm just asking a question. If you have a response to that, please let me know. So some Americans say that Israeli attacks were limited because the US pressured Netanyahu's government not to hit oil and nuclear facilities, advice seemingly heeded by Israel. So do you think Israel is capable of much more damage? Do you think they restrained themselves from completely destroying Iran? Or do you think Iran is capable of doing something really, really bad? Because we know, with a few attacks, they responded very big against Israel. But at this time around, apparently, they're being very shy with a verbal rhetoric, as opposed to their previous rhetoric where they say they were going to turn Tel Aviv upside down. This time around, they sound very, very shy. Let me know how you feel about this. It's always a great pleasure. I want to know, do you think Israel is restraining itself? Or do you think Iran is actually capable of what they're saying they're capable of? God bless.